What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I am logged in, ready to go with Outlier software. In today's video, we're going to look up the very best prop bets for NFL Conference Championship Week. The game's going down on Sunday. And of course, in today's video, I'm going to put together a parlay for you guys. We're going to look at some alternative lines on some of these best prop bets, put a few together, try to get somewhere around plus 100 on the odds, and hopefully cash another ticket. Now, this is a prop-only parlay. The parlays I've been doing, the ones I did last weekend in the divisional round with some alternative spreads and alternative totals with just a couple of the props mixed in, those are much, much more serious, and I do have one absolutely ready to rock and roll. In that video I uploaded on Tuesday earlier this week, where I actually go over the games individually, I told you guys if you just drop 400 likes on the video, I know thousands and thousands of people will view the video, 400 likes, and I will drop that much, much more serious parlay. Again, the parlay in today's video, just kind of an entertainment thing. It's fun to have a prop parlay on every single play, regardless of what team you want to win the game. There's something to root for. So I'm just putting like some fun money on it, man, like 20 bucks or whatever. Not an amount of money that affects my life. But that parlay I have ready to go, ready in the chamber, I guess you could say, ready to fire out here on my YouTube channel. Just swing over, man. I think we only need about 50 more likes on that video I uploaded on Tuesday to hit that 400 mark. So if you haven't seen that video yet, head over there, drop a like on that video, leave a comment on that video, get that thing to 400, and I'll bless you guys with another ticket. I gave you that successful 4X bank builder last week, and it's going to be one of those style parlays that I have ready to go for you guys. So do your part. I will do mine. Get you guys yet another winning ticket here. Really exciting, man. I feel so dialed in. You can see there at the bottom of the screen, my premium numbers, guys. My playoff record in the NFL, 16 wins, 3 losses, a tie. Overall, guys, I've won 6 of my last 7 weeks in the NFL, up over 45 units. I've doubled my client's entire bankroll in that time span. I am the #1 sports bettor in the entire world for NFL right now. That is undeniable. And this weekend, although there's only 2 games, I'm going to have a pile of picks. I've already sent 1 pick out on a specific wager to the client list. You guys, of course, will get that when you sign up, but I'm sending out more today. I think I have 2 or 3 more ready today, and then it looks like I have 2 or 3 more after that. So despite only having 2 games here, they're big games. There is value. I have what I like, and we're going to hit hard, man. We're going to go for another double-digit winning weekend in terms of units on NFL alone. So it's a no-brainer, even if you're not interested in college basketball, just to get my NFL premium for this specific round of playoffs is worth its weight in gold. You can just sign up for that weekly package, and it'll get you, of course, a full week of plays, which involves the weekend, which will get you all the NFL stuff. So can't recommend it enough. Math is math. Numbers are numbers. I'm about to absolutely shred the books again in NFL this weekend. It's the perfect storm. Every single thing I look up for data and just kind of bouncing opinions off some other people in the industry that I respect and know and have a relationship with. I think everybody's thinking completely wrong about these games, and that excites me. You guys know I'm contrarian. You know I like to go against the grain. I hate being on public sides and things of that nature. This weekend, both spread and total in each game, I think I'm dialed in. I got some teasers, I got some straight bets, I got some spreads, some totals, everything, man. I'm going to have a parlay in the mix. We're ready to rock and roll. It's going to be a massive week in premium. Can't recommend it enough. The link to my website is right in the description of this video, danspicks.net. I'll put you right on the text list, and everything will get sent directly to your phone via text message. The plays, the odds, how many units to put on each one. Just copy it. Money will hit your bank account. Let's go, guys. Outlier. Let me bring up the screen. Start digging into these props. Put together a good parlay. Cash another ticket, man. Absolutely love it. Let me scooch this over just a little bit. And I'll let you guys just digest those numbers too. Why would I even take that down, man? Truly unbelievable what I have done in the NFL over the last month and a half. So NFL, we'll go to filters now, just to kind of show you around Outlier. If this was a big, giant weekend, you can specifically just toggle which games you're actually interested in. So we'll go to 2 games. Of course, we want to go to specific propositions. I have no interest in putting in some props with interceptions or longest pass or made field goals. Not interested in that for today. So we'll scroll down through props. Passing attempts, we'll take a look at that. Passing touchdowns, passing yards. All good stuff there. Receiving targets, receiving yards, receptions. That's all good stuff. How about rushing touchdowns and rushing yards? We'll go with that as well. And then, yeah, maybe just touchdowns overall. We'll add that category in. I think that's pretty much it. I think that's pretty much what we're going to be looking at here. Again, there's so many tools here on Outlier software that you can use to filter down your results. But we'll start with this. We'll just start scrolling down through these. Curtis Samuel. Yeah, I'm not interested in him. I mean, some of these I'm just going to skip through, not too important. James Cook has exceeded half of a touchdown, so getting 1+ touchdown in 5 of his last 6 games on the road, averaging 1.2 there. We can look into this a little bit further. And did miss out in that Rams game. Interesting, but that was a complete shootout. Let's go to the last 10. Yeah, I mean, the numbers look pretty good here. James Cook to get in the end zone. I think that's worth a look. But that's kind of really a home run type of a thing. That would be something you wouldn't want to put in a parlay. That would be something you would want to just straight bet. It's plus 145 on FanDuel. You guys can see over here the best price on that prop. So if you're looking for an anytime touchdown prop, maybe consider James Cook anytime touchdown there at plus 145. I think all the numbers point to that being a pretty good wager. Khalil Shakir, kind of the number one guy here for Allen, exceeding 4.5 receptions in 4 of his last 5 games on the road, averaging 5.6. So let's write that down. How about Khalil Shakir? And I'm going to write down receptions / targets / yards just to kind of have him on the radar for when we pull up the sports book at the end of this video and put together our parlay. By the way, guys, before we continue here, Outlier software, it works for NBA. It works for college hoops. It works for every sport. It is the best software. It puts the best bets right in front of your face right here. We already see a bunch of them that are absolutely worth your money. It just takes all the guessing game out of it for you. You guys can have this for free, man. Outlier is completely for free. You can get 7 days completely for free. I have a link in the description of this video to Outlier software. Take advantage of it. I mean, NFL is just about over. So if you guys yourself want to put together your own parlay with more tools, and you guys can use all the filters on this website you want, at least use this free trial for this time right now while we still have NFL in the mix. You can combine it. You can use NBA. You could put together the biggest parlay you could possibly create this weekend, combining all sports, if that's something that interests you. And after that week, if you've made enough money to where you're like, how did I not even have this tool in my bag before? Then you can go ahead with the subscription, but at least use the free trial. Again, link in the description. I don't even know how long that's going to be active, so take advantage of it while you do have an opportunity to get on this platform at no cost. Isaiah Pacheco failed to exceed a touchdown in 5 straight games. Very interesting. And it is at minus 256. So clearly the books, I mean, this is where I would go the opposite. I would take a stab and say Pacheco does get in the end zone. He just hasn't had a lot of usage lately, so that's tough. DeAndre Hopkins here exceeded 3.5 receiving targets in 15 of his last 17 games at home. 6.4 per game. However, he did fall short in that last playoff game. Got very, very little notice from Patrick Mahomes. So 15 out of 17, a wonderful sample size, but this isn't catches. This isn't receptions. This is just targets. So interesting. Marquise Brown, not interested in that. He's just, been back lately. Samaje Perine again, not looking to go too crazy here. Noah Gray, interesting. Noah Gray has exceeded 1.5 receptions in 4 of his last 5 games at home. And that does make sense. You figure, the Bills or anybody playing the Chiefs, their game plan is at least to slow down Kelsey, right? And take some of the big names out of the equation. So then a guy like Noah Gray, man, he could definitely find some space out there. I like this. I like this a lot. Noah Gray, I'm going to write it down, man. Noah Gray receptions, averaging 2.8. We can even look into this a little further. Let's go last 10 with this. And yeah, look at that. 1+ and everything, just about 2+ and everything else, and even some big games in the mix. And again, with all that attention on Travis Kelce, Noah Gray could have a big game here. So I do like that one. Xavier Worthy exceeded 4.5 receptions in 4 of his last 5 games, averaging 4.6 a game. Worthy receptions. I like that. Pacheco again, we're going to pass on that. James Cook again. Mahomes exceeded 36.5 passing attempts in 5 of his last 6 games versus bottom 10 defenses for passing attempts against 39.2 is the average here. That's excellent. We saw it in the last game. Buffalo, they've actually been pretty good against the run. They kind of shook up the Ravens there, but we saw the Ravens, despite the losing game, despite not advancing in the playoffs, we saw plenty of offense. I mean, Lamar absolutely torched the Bills. It was just costly turnovers, which was the result of who won the game. But the Ravens had over 400 yards of offense. So Mahomes at home, kind of getting the rust off. You guys got to remember that the Chiefs didn't play for like 3 weeks. So they got a game under their belt, against a very, very good defense, a better defense than the Bills. I could see I could see a lot of success here from Mahomes, especially passing, especially in a game where, even if it's a slow start, you figure eventually the floodgates are going to open and it's just going to be both teams just releasing their quarterback. Just go do whatever you got to do to win the game. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, just trading scores. I could see a lot of passing here, especially quick passing, high percentage stuff. So I do like the passing attempts there. The rushing, we'll skip that. Amari Cooper, no thank you. More Pacheco. Dalton Kincaid has exceeded 4.5 receiving targets in 10 of his last 13, 5.7. That does look good. And right below that, he's exceeded 30.5 receiving yards in 7 of his last 8 games on the road, averaging 44.6. This is the information that Outlier provides to you guys, man. You just put in your filters and this stuff just pops up. It just makes sense. We're going to put in Dalton Kincaid. We'll look at the alternative lines for him. He's definitely going to make our parlay. Patrick Mahomes, more on him, exceeded just about, 250 or more passing yards in 5 of his last 6 games here versus the bottom defense for passing allowed. So that makes sense. Averaging 283, which is pretty good here, guys. So I do like Patrick Mahomes to go over his passing yards total. Take a look at that on FanDuel as just a straight wager. But we will look at Patrick Mahomes in both, maybe completions, all that stuff, passing attempts, and especially the yards overall. Josh Allen exceeded 31.5 passing attempts in 4 of his last 5 games. I think that makes some sense too. Both of these teams are just going to be trading blows offensively, in my opinion. They're going to have to be passing, man. They're going to have to be. Patrick Mahomes failed to exceed 1.5 touchdowns. Interesting. Only 1 per game. So maybe we'll consider just 1 touchdown for Mahomes. Maybe we'll put that in the parlay. Josh Allen on the rushing yards. That's not something I want to go against. I know the numbers here are saying he's failed to get to that number, but this might be a game where he does have to be Superman. And I just don't want to go against the feet of Josh Allen. He might be running more often than we think here. Travis Kelce failed to exceed 9 receiving targets in 4 of his last 5. That makes sense. A lot of defenses kind of make him the priority. Some more here. Samaje Perine, Marquise Brown. None of these really looked that interesting. Again, more Doa Gray. Kincaid exceeded 3.5 receptions in 10 of his last 13. That already adds to what we wrote down with him. We already had him kind of on the radar. Travis Kelce failed to get a touchdown here in 14 of his last 18. Interesting. Josh Allen on the passing. Okay, Travis Kelce. Then we get into this other game here. Jaden Daniels failed on the rushing in 8 of his last 9 games on the road. So maybe they'll be containing him. Saquon Barkley, not interested in really the touchdown stuff. I'm not really too interested in offensive props in this game for the Commanders because of the Eagles defense being at home, being so good. Not too interested in that, but maybe Jaden Daniels passing yards, because I think we can at least make a decent assumption that the Eagles will have the lead, at least for most of the game, part of the game, whatever. So Jaden Daniels is going to have to play catch up. The running game for the running backs of this Washington team, I don't think it's going to happen, guys. I don't think they're going to be able to run on Philly. So I think it's going to be up to Jaden Daniels. And if they're down, even if he has a slow first half, I think he'll go over his passing yards, because playing catch up, even in just the 4th quarter alone, if the Eagles are up a decent amount, they kind of switch to a prevent defense, we could see plenty of passing yards rack up for Daniels just at the end of the game. The only thing that makes that a little spooky is if the Eagles have the ball and Saquon's averaging 5 or 6 a carry and they just don't get the ball back. We could see the Eagles just dominate time of possession. And ultimately, to get over a number like that, he's got to have the ball. So it's a little bit scary thinking maybe the Eagles can control the game. But I do kind of like that. Maybe we'll look at an alternative line there. Saquon exceeded 123.5 on the ground in 7 of his last 8 games. We have to put it in. It's square. Everyone's going to bet it. But we'll look at a Saquon alternative for rushing. He's averaging 141.9 a game. My God. And the Commanders, I think they gave up like 8 yards a carry to the Lions. So I think Saquon could have a big game, and everybody knows it, and there's nothing you can do about it. Devonta Smith exceeded 48.5 yards in 13 of his last 17. Interesting. Averaging almost 70. That's pretty good. Maybe we'll consider Devonta Smith both on a couple receptions and an alt line. I'm going to put that in, especially with how A.J. Brown's been lately. Just doesn't look the same, but he's still good enough to where he draws the attention from the defense. So Devonta Smith could definitely be used in a game like this for sure. Again, Saquon on the touchdown stuff. Devonta Smith, more of that. Exceeded 3.5 receptions in 7 straight games at home, averaging 5.3 per game at home. So Jalen Hurts, man, he kind of likes, he's kind of liking Devonta Smith recently. And I agree with that completely. That guy's got great hands. So there we go. Let me pop over here to FanDuel, and we'll start building this ticket. I think this one's going to cash, guys. Like I said, this parlay, this prop one is just for fun, but let's hit this one, guys. Let's hit this one. I've been red hot in the NFL. I'm not going to let you guys down. Let's use our brains here. And of course, in that comment section, all the stuff I put together on this ticket, you guys got to let me know which ones you think are risky. Everybody in the comment section, just bounce ideas off each other. Let's really lock in on this one. So we'll start with this first game here. What do we write down? Yeah, maybe we weren't going to go too heavy on this one, so we'll go to passing. Let's see what Daniels is set at. They have him at 222. Let's go to an alternative number. That's Jaden Daniels to get 150. 150, man. I mean, Stafford, before the snow and even at the end of the game, he did have success. Couple injuries there to the Eagles. 150 yards. I mean, he's been going over that 220 number. They should be playing catch up. I don't think the running game's going to work well. I think he's going to have to throw, and I think the scheme on the outside for the Eagles is going to keep him in the pocket, so he won't use his legs either. He's got to use his arm. Jaden Daniels, he's been playing phenomenal. He's going to get us 150 through the air. We'll take that. Let's go over to rushing. Saquon, he's up there at 125. We got to put in an alternative rush total with Saquon. Let's go with 70 plus. That's safe. I was thinking about putting in like 90 or 100 to boost this parlay, but 70 plus, 35 per half. He could get this on one play. I think we had 70 plus in one of those bank builder tickets that we cashed just last weekend. He's going to get it for us again. He's going to go over 100 yards rushing in this game, but maybe something crazy happens at the end of the game. He gets injured or something, and everyone gets heartbroken because he gets like 95 and all the people with 100 plus on their tickets don't get there. So let's just go with 70 plus. We got enough here on paper, enough alternative lines to put together to where we just don't have to get that aggressive on something like this. He is going to get it though. And then Devonta Smith too. So let's go to receiving. Let's just see what it's at. We got to be a little bit wary here with Devonta Smith. So he's at 48.5. A.J. Brown was up there around 60. Let's look at the receptions. Under 4.5 or both Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown are at 4.5. That's very, very interesting to me. I think we're going to go down. Alternative yards, we could go at 25. We could go at 25. He was averaging like 48. 25 for Devonta Smith. He's kind of their long ball guy too. I could see him definitely getting a long ball there. And let's go to receptions and put in 3 plus. Devonta Smith is going to come through for us. He's going to come through, man. Three catches, 25 yards, arguably tied for the number 1 receiver right now on the Eagles with everything happening with A.J. Brown. I think the confidence from Jalen Hurts is going back to Devonta Smith. Kind of a revenge game here for dropping that ball when these exact two teams played back in the regular season. Now, you guys can see on the odds, we're already at minus 150. So if we have some more confident plays on this next game that we can put in, maybe we just take that out, man. Maybe we just take out part of that Devonta Smith. Maybe we just leave in the 25 yards and we don't even go with 3 catches because he can definitely catch a 25-yard pass. Like I said, Jalen Hurts likes to hit him deep. So we'll see what else we can find here on this ticket. And maybe we'll just get rid of that as a whole. Like I said, I really want to cash this one. We're not going to get greedy. We're not trying to get the biggest payout possible. Plus 100 odds is our goal for a slam dunk lock. So let's keep at it. Let's go to passing here. We got to look at passing for these guys. These quarterbacks are going to have to pass. So Mahomes 1 touchdown, that's 100% lock. 100 million percent, a billion percent lock. So we're going with that. Mahomes 1 touchdown. Now, alternate passing. Mahomes for 175. Boy, he barely got it in that bank builder. You guys remember that one? He barely got it. But this is too high stakes of a game. He's going to play better. The offense will look better after playing. You know, they didn't play for a while. You guys got to remember, man, the Chiefs were off quite a long break. Really good tea, by the way. They were off a very, very long break, and I just think they were a bit rusty, and that's why the Texans kind of showed some life there early in the game. And the Texans' defense significantly better than the Bills. He'll have success. Patrick Mahomes undoubtedly is going to get 200 plus. We'll just take him for 175. And then Josh Allen here. Do we want to even mess with Josh Allen? Or are they just going to be pounding the rock on the ground, man? I don't want to do it. I'm not touching Josh Allen. Got a little funky feeling about him this weekend. A little too popular. We're going to stick with Mahomes at home. I think the offense is just a little bit. I like all the weapons in the passing game of the Chiefs. I like the attempts that Outlier showed us. You know, they're passing a lot. This Bills team, they might come in here with kind of a strategy to just pound the rock on the ground with James Cook, Josh Allen, keep it on the ground, keep everything conservative, control the time of possession. Maybe that's their strategy. I think the Chiefs are going to be able to open it up through the air on that Bills defense. So let's just stick with Patrick Mahomes here. So we got 1 touchdown. We got an alternative total for Mahomes. We were going to look at Dalton Kincaid as well and Khalil Shakir, maybe Xavier Worthy. Let's take a peek here. We got Kelsey in at 67.5. Worthy's around 50. Khalil Shakir in there. Marquise Brown, Noah Gray. Not worth this ticket. But again, guys, I think for a straight bet, maybe go over on Noah Gray. I think that's a very, very good straight bet. Dalton Kincaid there at 35.5. Let's look at receptions. Kelsey 6.5. Worthy 4.5. Dalton Kincaid at 3.5, but it's juiced to the under. Interesting. So let's go down here. How about Travis Kelsey? 40 yards? No, let's not do it. Maybe the Bills' entire goal this game is to just take out Travis Kelsey. So let's not do that. Xavier Worthy, 25 yards. Do we risk it? Do we risk Xavier Worthy? I don't think we can. Dalton Kincaid, I don't want to do the yards with him. I was kind of just thinking a couple of catches here, guys. Just a couple of catches. So let's go down. Travis Kelsey on the receptions. I don't want to do 5+. I don't want to do it. Xavier Worthy, can we put in a 2? 3+ for a Xavier Worthy. Do we want to put in 3+ for him? I don't think we do. A little bit risky. Khalil Shakir at 3+. That should be a lock. Let's go with that. Let's go with Khalil Shakir. Nope, we can't. We're not doing it. That's too risky. Dalton Kincaid, 2 catches. That's what I like. Dalton Kincaid, 2 catches. He's definitely getting 3+. Just simply 2 catches from Dalton Kincaid. That's going to come home. So Worthy, Khalil Shakir, Travis Kelsey. It's kind of like pick your poison. I feel like I just feel like maybe one of those are just going to come up short, and I don't want to pick the wrong one. I don't want to ruin this ticket here. We're at plus 132. So let's go back to Devonta Smith, and let's take away part of this. 3 catches or 25 yards. I think we just leave the yards, because if he's going to catch 3 catches, he's probably going over 25. So let's take 3 catches out, and maybe we leave it at that, guys. Maybe we leave it at that. Jaden Daniels, 150 through the air. Saquon, 70 on the ground. Devonta Smith, 25 yards, even if it's on one big play. Patrick Mahomes, a single touchdown and 175 through the air. And then Dalton Kincaid, 2 catches. Plus 115. This is what we're rocking with. I'll put the bet slip on the screen. I'm going to lock it in on my phone as soon as I'm done recording this video. You guys got to let me know in the comments what you think. And you got to swing by the video I already posted on Tuesday. 1, to get my opinion on these games individually, which is worth its weight in gold. But 2, get those likes up, drop a comment over there, send it to your friends, blow that video up, get that thing to 400 likes so I can come back here and drop you a more serious parlay that involves a couple of these props on the conservative side, but also some alternative game totals and alternative spreads from the sides and totals that I like. That parlay is more so on the level of the bank builder ones that we were successful with last week. So do your part, I'll do mine, get you guys that parlay video. And yeah, man, if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, you guys can see the whiteboard's pretty much cleaned up back there, ready to go for college basketball here. As soon as Sunday is over, I will be making the official transition for this channel to pretty much just rock with college hoops the whole way through. Obviously, for the Super Bowl, I'm going to show up. I'm going to do my part. I'm going to get you guys one last same game parlay for the big game. So look forward to that as well. But yeah, guys, pretty much daily content, college hoops. We're going to lock the fuck in. I've been a little bit behind the 8 ball so far this year. I'm right around 500, a few games under 500, I believe. I think I'm 41 and 43 on the year. Got to double check my numbers. But hey, scroll through the videos last year. You guys know when I start actually focusing and making college basketball my priority, that I just eat it alive. And I'm looking to do that exactly again this year. So grab that premium, get these premium picks for the weekend. See you next video.